little too late. Bad start, bad finish. The way the game went throughout the day with that early fumble, punt return fumble by Austin Trammell, and then here late in the game, he's tried to make up for it, made a really good play there on 1st and 10, only for Trevor to come back the very next play and throw the interception that sort of sealed it. But I saw a lot of good things today. A lot of encouraging things. The defense, they stayed with it, although there were moments where they were on their heels. But they stayed with it, fought back, made some really good plays, an amazing fumble recovery, return and touchdown by Trayvon Walker to put the Jaguars closer. But just not enough. They're not a good enough team to make those sort of miscues and come away with a win versus a strong Eagles team as such.
You know, Fred, one play didn't win or lose this game, but it's all about big moments, right? So here we are, a minute 42 left. The Jags have all the momentum in the world. What do you think about the play call there to, first of all, run the ball, right? Maybe you score that way. Maybe you force them to use their timeouts. Maybe you burn some clock, whatever the case may be. Instead, they throw a jump ball to their third-string running back. I don't understand the play call.
Yeah. You know, I take it back further, Mike, to 2:11 left to play. Jaguars get the ball after the missed field goal there. And we come out, 1st and 10, you sling it deep. 2nd and 10, same thing. I'm just looking at things, and you have a lot of time left. There's a lot of time to play. You got 52 yards to score. You run a draw. Get it to the 2-minute, then go in 2-minute offense. Even as you're mentioning right there, where they had the ball 12 yards to go, you have an opportunity to run the draw. I have an opportunity to run the zone. You have the entire playbook at your discretion, with a minute 42, 12 yards to go. And I do not like the play call. I dislike the play call wholeheartedly, and the throw even better. If you gave yourself an opportunity, maybe back shoulder, sideline throw, but to throw it high and hard to a guy who isn't that very tall to begin with, I just don't think it was their best play.
We're standing by. Bucky Brooks is in Philadelphia. We'll have head coach Doug Peterson. When he's done visiting with the media assembled there, he'll visit with Bucky. We'll have that conversation for you coming up. On the other side, the defense fought valiantly today. It was, you could tell, though, and Fred, we talked about this in our pregame conversation, the ability that Saquon Barkley has, and he put on a highlight reel of sorts today. And Barkley finishes with 159 yards on 27 carries, 5.9 average, a touchdown on the ground, another through the air. Highlight reel where he made a man miss, spun out of a tackle of Devin Lloyd, backwards leapt over Jarian Jones, and we're going to see that play for a long time, unfortunately.
Yeah, Saquon is the real deal. I still don't have a clue what the Giants were thinking, and to put it out there on Hard Knocks offseason was even worse. I don't know who green-lighted that, but Saquon is a beast. He's always been that. When he's healthy, it reminds me a lot of what everyone said about me when I'm healthy. He's everything you can ask for in a running back. Certainly knew it would be a tough matchup for his team. But it also brings in perspective, where the defense, the plays they gave up today. Because they could have, Mike, they hurt themselves so much. That 3rd and 17, they give up 19 yards to Saquon, 3rd and 22. Basically, they're 2 3rd-and-goal plays, and you give up a touchdown, an amazing catch by Devonta Smith on the back end there. You take those 2 plays away, you probably sub those for field goals, and we might not be having this conversation, but who knows? I mean, it's just that those plays, they make you sick to your stomach, and they're making the game harder than it should be.
Yeah, no question. I mean, giving that one up to Saquon, I thought was just – I mean, the catch by Devonta Smith was amazing, all right, and tough to defend. Yeah. But they just ran a halfback dive play, Fred. It wasn't even like a draw. Like Hurts turned, just handed it to Saquon right up the middle. We're going to take the field goal this time, and untouched to the end zone. I don't know how that can happen. And by the time you got to the second half – the Eagles had nearly 22 minutes time of possession. So, the fact that the defense was able to do anything at all in the second half was pretty amazing. 38 minutes plus to less than 22 for the Jags in the entire game.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But it goes back to your point about the time on the clock, the play call. Same situation for the most part. 3rd and 17. They cap it off with a nice run play right there because they said in their mind we can settle for 3. And Saquon made an outstanding play, bad play by the defense. We could have ran a draw, some sort of run right there, QB draw as well. That was an option. But we're late night or post game quarterbacks, play callers. We can say anything. When the pressure's on, heat in the moment, it's a bit tougher down there on the field. Still, I think from a script standpoint, those have to at least be thought of from a situational mindset.
Plenty ahead after this. Jaguars lost in Philadelphia, 28-23 the final score. We're out to Bucky Brooks. He is standing by shortly with head coach Doug Peterson. We'll have that conversation for you. This is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Jaguars fans, huddle up. Do you own a vehicle made in the last 10 years? If your car is outside of factory warranty or with no warranty coverage, get the best defense against expensive auto repairs with CarShield, the official auto protection partner of the Jaguars. With plans to fit every budget, CarShield helps you cover up to 5,000 parts and systems. Call 800-471-1223 now or go to carshield.com/Jaguars. That's 800-471-1223. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, your game day is getting even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And every time we get a pick, you'll score. If the Jaguars get one interception, you'll enjoy buy one, get one free pizza at any Al's Pizza location Monday through Thursday after the home game. 2 interceptions, a free dessert. And 3 interceptions, that's a free appetizer. Just tell them you want the Jags pick. Up your game and get your Al's Pizza at the game or any of their locations.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
Welcome back. Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. JP Shadrick with Mike Dempsey from the Hyundai Studios. Fred Taylor on the line with us in South Florida. After a Jaguars loss to the Eagles, final score of 28-23. Jaguars trailed 22-0 at one point in this game and then fought back to make it a one-score game and unable to get in the end zone in the final possession there with an interception, the third giveaway of the day, and the Jaguars fall to a record of 2-7. Bucky Brooks standing by in Philadelphia. We'll get with head coach Doug Peterson coming up after he visits with the media. Fred, another loss by 5 points or less. This team's close. But close ain't good enough, right? I mean, at some point, how are they going to be able to get through and break through some of these things? And, it's kind of is what it is now halfway through the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's the NFL, JP. It's either win or you lose. It's no close, all that stuff.
Got some solid fight there late in the second half, and you called the timeout to get the ball back. Was the plan to score immediately there, or why not try to take what Philadelphia was giving you defensively?
Yeah, no, we we were with the time left. We had talked about it on the sideline to kind of slow the pace there at the end. You know, and it's just something you got to try to do, right? You can try to, if you can, you know, you stay in bounds, or if it's incomplete, you play another down, whatever it is. But it's still, the bottom line is too, we still needed to score, and you know, felt good too with the way our defense had played. It would give us a shot.
Was that the first option play that the Ernest? What was the design of
Yeah, he's the first read. Great play by 17.
Do you think, could you milk more of the clock, run? Did you have every bit of the playbook open in that situation?
I don't understand the question, but I guess yes. I mean, you got a minute and 40 something left on the clock. I think it was first down, something like that. I mean, yeah, it's still part of our red zone game plan. It wasn't like we were forcing a throw into the end zone. You know what I'm saying? It was part of our red zone game plan. You know, so great play by 17.
How much was Brian impacted by the injury today? Just the usage.
I don't think a whole lot. If you watch the game, they clouded him quite a bit.
And you guys still kind of getting used to the subs at wide receiver with Trammell and Cooks, and how that impacts the way things are run and called?
No, doesn't impact the way we do anything. You know, it's why you practice during the week, right? You put these guys in situations that hopefully to go out and make plays. You know, but it didn't impact anything offensively.
How hard is this? You guys obviously keep battling, and just can't come out on the right side. It seems like
it's tough. It's tough. We got to just keep fighting.
What does it say that you did? I mean, it was a pretty ugly first half.
Yes, it's a resilient group. Hats off. I mean, some guys played banged up. I mean, Brandon Scherf, my hat's off to him. He played hurt all game, you know, and Ton goes back in the game, and you know, it's that time of the year, right? I mean, guys are going to be sore, guys are going to be hurting, but my hat's off to those guys for for hanging in there.
Any updates on Cooper or any other guys that were?
Not yet. Cooper. I know they took him to the hospital just to check it out. But as far as that, that's all really I know right now. Yeah, Tom came back.
Doug, the slow starts have been something we've talked about all year, and I guess it's 8-9 games, whatever it is. Do you kind of just have to plan that that's going to be your identity early in games at this point, or?
You know, I'm not one to kind of settle on that. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep challenging players. And we have to get better. So I'm not going to settle on the fact that it is what it is, obviously. But we're gonna roll up our sleeves and go to work and try to keep it moving and try to fix it.
Something you could try that you haven't tried already.
I mean, I don't want to. Let me think. First down, second down, third down. Yeah, I guess we just need to coach better.
I mean, does it come down to just execution? It seems like there's drops, there's missed throws, whatever. Is it just execution at this point? I mean, to his question, how much more can you guys do?
Coach better.
Anybody else? You get the big plays, 30-18 touchdown, 30-22 touchdown, even another big play on that drive. Are those guys, I mean, are they making good plays there, or are you guys missing?
No, those are just great plays. I mean, I know on the run it was a draw and there were opportunities, but credit them. I mean, they made the plays. A heck of a catch in the back of the end zone. Great run. Yeah, good plays by them.
What is their attitude in the locker room like after this one? Is it a little bit more anger after this one, or
they're hurting, they're disappointed, like I am, frustrated. So yeah.
Is this harder than other times to process for you? So some of the stuff, the good stuff that's going on, that's still not resulting at some of the plays that are getting made, Trayvon play, or things that turn around the game, or last week Ingram make a big play, but you're still not. Is that hard for you to process, or is that just the league?
Well, I mean, it's hard to process when you lose, right? But I do think there are some great plays out there, and that's one of Trayvon's play, obviously. We capitalize on two-point conversions in the game. So there are some good plays. It's just not consistent enough.
Okay, Coach. Thank you.
All right.
With Bucky Brooks after Jaguars loss again by 5 points or less, the 5th this season, the most in the NFL. The Jaguars fall to a record of 2-7 overall. The team undermanned a bit due to injury, and that continued throughout the game today with Cooper Hodges going down the left guard and some changes on the offensive line. The defense fought valiantly today against a powerful Philadelphia offense. Saquon Barkley got his, though, and it was a 22-0 hole to begin the game today. But the Jaguars somehow started to fight back and claw back. They had a 10-play, 61-yard drive. It was capped off by a Trevor Lawrence 1-yard touchdown run to get on the board, the 2-point play to make it 22-8. The big turning point was the Barkley fumble, the first play of the next drive. Trayvon Walker picked it up, ran it in for a 35-yard touchdown, and the Jaguars got a 2-point play then, 22-16. And then it was game on from there, up and down the field, both teams. Unfortunately, the 3 turnovers today were the killer, and the Jaguars fall in Philadelphia. Let's head there now. Bucky Brooks with head coach Doug Peterson. Bucky?
Coach, your thoughts on a tough game today? No, it's a broken record.
We can't. Again, I think I think I sound like a broken record here.
Yeah.
We just can't get out of our own way. There's some great things out there, and then the bad is bad, right? It's not good, and I think it's what's keeping us from being, at least in the hunt, right?
Yeah.
In the AFC. Guys are competitive, and they're battling their tails off, obviously. You're seeing that. Guys are playing hurt. We're seeing that. But when it comes down to it, we just got to be more consistent, coaching and playing.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I thought your approach at halftime was really unique. You're really positive. You're like, guys, whatever it is, we're still in the fight. If we can go get a score or whatever. And I noticed on the sideline, the momentum change, you got a couple plays and those things. I know if you knew the answer, you would do it. How can you get them going faster? How can you get them? Because once they get going, they play well, but it's just the slow starts that are really hurting us.
Yeah, I know. And really, I mean, defense is off the field now. We muffed a punt and gave them a score, so defense was off the field to start the game, right? So I can't discount that, right? That's what we asked them to do is get off the field. They did. But then we put them right back on the field with the turnover. And I think, 3 turnovers today?
Yeah, 3.
Look, it's just, I don't know. Whether you do something in practice, I don't know. You start to, it's tough. It's tough because you would expect a little more consistency. I mean, again, and I'm not, but I think, we need to detail as coaches these plays maybe a little bit better. We work on these things. It's your first 15. It's your openers, right? It's your first few, and we converted the first third down. We stayed on the field, but we didn't get the next one, right? And they're 3rd and 4s. They're not 3rd and 8s and 9s. And so the first couple third downs of the game were pretty manageable, right? So, that's always been an area so far this year that's really kept us on the field. So it's obviously an area we need to really look at.
So defensively, the defense made a handful of plays to kind of keep you in it, but then situational things come up like third and longs in the red zone. I know those things are communicated in those things, like what can we do to just kind of get off the field in those situations, just force field goals as opposed to giving up tubs.
Yeah, it's tough. And we got to continue to talk situational awareness, where we are on the field, what to anticipate from our opponents in situations like that, the type of team we're playing, the call of the defense or the call of the offense, the play, whatever it is, and your awareness just of just this game situation, right? And I can be better of putting our guys in situations, to try to overcome that. It's a crazy deal. It's a crazy thing.
So I want to lean back on your playing days, because you played for like maybe the greatest coach of all time in Don Shula, and so like in a situation like this where everything is down, like how would he approach the next game, the next few weeks, and those things? Like what can you take to try and build something? Like whatever it finishes. How can you try and build going forward?
I think the biggest thing, I learned from guys like that, Mike Holmgren, Andy Reid, the mentors, the coaches in my life. I mean, I just think the consistent part of you got to keep pushing. You got to keep working. You can't – I've always said this to the guys, right? You can't substitute for your hard work and preparation, and you got to prepare. And look, you got to watch the film. You have to make the corrections. You can't – that's part of this business, right? You have to show the good and the bad, and then you have to improve, and that's the consistency, I think, from those gentlemen that I've learned, right? And you just have to, you just got to keep showing them, got to keep detailing it, still got to be positive, right? Because I think too, I guess the question is, are we a fragile team right now? Is it, are you another loss or win? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I think we just got to figure it out. We just got to find a way. And I felt like you listen to these guys today. I mean, they were in this game the whole way.
Yeah.
They never doubted.
So, next week we come back, got a big one. See if we can get a win number 3 next week. Thanks for talking.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Doug Peterson with Bucky Brooks in Philadelphia. Plenty to come. We're back in a moment. We're with Fred Taylor and Mike Dempsey. I'm JP Shadrick after a Jaguars loss to the Eagles, 28-23, the final score at Lincoln Financial Field. This is Jaguars Postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Imagine beautiful new windows and doors that elevate your space and keep you comfortable year-round. At Renewal by Andersen, we specialize in custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors that are crafted to last. Right now, for a limited time, save 20% off your entire project. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation today. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbq.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Jags fans, are you ready to upgrade your living space? Enter for a chance to win the ultimate furniture giveaway. You could enhance your home with a new sectional, queen mattress, or queen bedroom set, courtesy of Furniture Source. One lucky fan will receive new furniture after every Jaguars home game this season. Don't miss out. Enter today by visiting jaguars.com/sweepstakes. Jaguars.com/sweepstakes. Selections will vary by game.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC, JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. PRI Productions, the official event production company of the Jags, has everything you need to bring your next idea to life. Visit PRIProductions.com. Final score, Eagles 28, Jaguars 23. And, Fred, anything stand out from the conversation with Doug Peterson that Bucky Brooks just had there? And after the loss today, another 5-point loss for the Jags.
It was a lot there, JP. Going back to, what I mentioned, what Mike and I sort of were talking about, and it's just being situationally prepared. And he hit on that. But he also said we have to find the answers. I think that's the answer. You have to be situationally prepared, and, there shouldn't be any surprises. There shouldn't be. I don't want to say it shouldn't be any surprises, but because game plans can change. But, there shouldn't be any big surprises. Let's just use the word big surprises. And the guys should be prepared to the T. And in those situations as a coach, you have to think it's a chess match. So let's do something way left field that they think we're not going to do. And it can be several situations, but in that particular one, which was the biggest one, at the height of the game, you don't force it. It may be a little bit of it was Trevor, but you have to calm him down because the plays prior to that, JP, I think the first 2:11 to play, first down we sling it deep, second down we sling it deep, third down we get a PI, thank God, and then the next play made a great play, and then the first down reset was the interception to Dearness Johnson. So I don't know, man. You have to sort of speak in the headphones to the quarterback, kind of settle him down, but you also have to put him in better situations. And I think that was the key thing in the conversation between Doug and Bucky right there for me.
And another thing that Doug Peterson referenced, Fred, is the fact that, they're getting off to slow starts during that scripted portion of the plays, right? Your first 10, 12, 15 plays, the offense, correct. Right. So do they need to maybe throw the script out the window? Yeah, I'm serious. Like, as the game goes on and they're calling it more organically, that's when the Jags offense seems to get going here, when their back's against the wall a little bit. I don't know. I mean, you would know a lot better than I. I understand why they do it, so you know what to expect. You can rep those plays, but it seems like every single week this offense is starting off behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, they are. It's been at least five games this year where we've seen less than 20 yards in the first quarter, but today was all-time low. To go through the half at, I think, 24 or 32, one of those numbers. It's tough to come off the script most times, Mike. You use it so you can get a fast start. You've seen these tendencies between the defense and what they're doing. It's a matter of executing. It's a matter of catching the balls. It's a matter of blocking it up. It's a matter of, making the proper reads and cuts in the run game. So when you have a situation where the defense goes out and they do their job, they force a punt after 6 plays, you go out there, you actually have a muff punt, and you allow the other team to go up 7, and then you come around, you have 6 plays, and then you're punting yourself because of a sack, it makes it tough on the play caller. So you're almost through your entire first 15. And then you come around the next portion and have a 3 and out because you go short run, pass, punt. You're off the script now. And now you're calling it organically. I think what they were saying on the telecast is that, on the broadcast, Trevor seems to perform better when he's in control, when he's able to go at a faster pace and get the defense on their heels. So maybe they can look at that in this next game. It's not going to cost them anything. So I think at this point they're in a situation where they can experiment a little bit more and see what they can find in their franchise quarterback because they have a lot of decisions to make from this point in the season going forward into the offseason because it's the odds of making the playoffs are very slim.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Jaguars radio network. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor. Jaguars postgame continues, and time now for the Kingfish Pest Control defensive play of the game. Well, I mean, for the Jaguars today, it might have been some of the stops on the short yardage push and the 2-point plays that haven't really been stopped much this year. That was until Trayvon Walker had the fumble return touchdown, 35 yards on the Saquon Barkley fumble on the first play of a drive after the Jaguars had scored their first touchdown and got a 2-point play to make it a 22-8 game. So Trayvon Walker picks up the fumble, runs it back all the way for a touchdown. They review the play, uphold the fumble, and Walker has a score. 2-point play is good. Jaguars within 6 at that point, 22-16, and that is the Kingfish Pest Control defensive play of the game. Let the pros tackle the pests in your home by going to kingfishpest.com. That's kingfishpest.com. Back in a moment. Plenty ahead. Fred Taylor with us after Jaguars lost to the Eagles 28-23. The final stats when we come back. Brian Sexton coming up in a little bit as well. And whenever Trevor Lawrence hits the podium, we'll try to listen in to his post-game comments after a Jaguars loss also. This is Jaguars Postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now, thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Jacksonville Jaguars and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Jaguars tickets. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE Hybrid for $359 a month for 36 months. Offer valid through November 4th, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $36.58 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor from the Hyundai Studios. Let's take a look at the final stats in a 28-23 loss for the Jaguars in Philadelphia to the Eagles. Jags now 2-7. Eagles now 6-2. We start with the team stats. Total yardage in favor of Philly, 447 to 215. Rushing yards.
Nothing, then a couple of plays go your way, you're back in, and just put the way you guys just kind of stayed with it and made a game of this.
Yeah, I was proud of the team, the way we fought and hung in there, and obviously we weren't playing well for most of the game, especially early, and we kept fighting. We were resilient, and it's tough, when you find a way to get back in the game and you have an opportunity and it finishes that way. But I really am super proud to be a part of that group, and got a lot of fight, and we just gotta find a way to finish these games. We've had so many one-score games that haven't gone our way because of some plays down the stretch, and so it's tough.
1:42 to go, first and 10. What's that play supposed to do, or what's the idea? What are you guys thinking in the huddle coming out?
Yeah, we were getting, they were doing a nice job of mixing it up on defense, but kind of started to get some more man towards the end there. We hit some big plays, just the one we hit a tram, took advantage of that and got down there. And then, it was a play off of what we did earlier. We did some stuff with the running back and some option routes, and we tried to go over the top, and just got to give credit to the linebacker. Did a great job. Nakobe did a great job making that play, and it's just tough when it finishes that way. When I threw it, I thought we'd have a shot, and left it a touch inside, and he got his eyes back. A lot of times those linebackers don't get their eyes back and play the ball, and I thought we'd be able to go up and get it, and he did a great job, made a great play.
Trevor, these slow starts, I know we've asked you guys about it a lot, but what do you think you guys have to do to sort of just get it rolling early?
I don't know. We'll look at everything, and it's been an issue, so it's something we got to fix. I think we didn't do anything in the first half, and it was just for one reason or another. There's a couple factors, but we got to improve there. It's just hard. Obviously we gave ourselves a chance to come back and win the game, but we had to have a lot of plays go our way, and we had to make a lot of plays and put ourselves in a tough spot. And we shouldn't have to do that every week. So we got to look at it and how do we start better? How do we just move the ball, get in a rhythm? It seemed like we were just really stagnant at first and couldn't possess the ball, and our defense was on the field a lot. So we got to get better at that. How do you
process this? You guys were gone. It was 22-0. You had 31 yards in the first half. It was really bad. And then obviously you got a chance. And I know there's ups and downs in the game, but it doesn't seem extreme right now for you guys.
That was definitely extreme. Look at our season. I wouldn't say that is. We've had times where we haven't played well for sure, but that was definitely extreme tonight. But we got to take it for what it is. It happened. That was our performance in the first half as an offense, and we got to figure out how we can get better. Yeah, it's frustrating. When I feel like we have an opportunity and I don't make the plays to put us in position to win the game. Yeah, so it's tough. I'm frustrated, and I know I always got to start with myself and what I can do better, and can do a lot better. I didn't bring my best tonight, and it's definitely disappointing. The game we needed and had a shot, and just wish I would have gotten in the end zone there at the end.
You mentioned the close losses you guys have had and the number of them this year, and just how do you guys fight through that and just try to stay positive and try and see if there's something that can go your way down the road?
We've done a good job of, where we're at, we're 2-7, and there's no quit in us. We're fighting every week. We're giving ourselves a shot, and it's like we're not making just the last few plays. And there's obviously plays that lead up to it. It's not just one play. But, the ones at the end. You know, all these scores in this league it all comes down to the end, and we're not finishing the games, and we're fighting to get back in it. Like tonight, that was unbelievable. Guys not quitting, put the defense in a bunch of bad spots, and just fighting their tail off to give us a shot, and they did. And then we started getting it going on offense finally. But I'm just, you know, I'm probably sound obviously disappointed. I am. I'm not disappointed in our team and the way we fought, though, and the effort and everything out there. I'm really disappointed, honestly, in myself, the way I played. Felt like I didn't give us enough of a chance to win. You know, didn't feel like I made enough plays. Just some stuff that I can't do, and I got to be better for us. So that's what's tough now. Is I felt like if I do some things better, we win the game. So that's a tough pill to swallow, but I got to take accountability for that.
How do you worry? Go ahead. How do you come out of this physically?
We're all a little beat up this time of the year, but you know, relatively all right. So we'll kind of assess, obviously, tomorrow morning. Some soreness sets in, and we'll see what we're dealing with. But you know, was able to finish the game and felt okay. And I know there's a lot of guys dealing with stuff, and we just got to keep pushing through. It's that time of the year, middle of the season, and it's tough.
Were you even battling at halftime? You were the last one coming out.
Yeah, just trying to make sure I'm all right in the second half and do everything I need to do everything I needed to get ready to go. So it took me a little longer coming out. So, but got checked on and felt like I was fine to play. So all good.
You're playing with a bunch of different combinations up front, receivers. I mean, and can't be an excuse, but how challenging is it?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's challenging just because the continuity isn't always there, but I gotta give credit to those guys for being ready. I mean, guys have stepped up, and it's not easy. And golly, I hate Coop goes down today, and it's like he's playing great, young guy that had to step up and was ready to go, and it's like another injury, and it's tough, and we just got to battle through it and stick together. And I think the guys are doing that, and guys are ready to play. You see guys that don't get many reps, just there's only so many reps, there's only so much time during the week, and they're ready to go. And receivers obviously had to step up today, and those guys did that and made plays. And so I mean, it is hard though. Honestly, there is some difficulty with not having the chemistry and not having some of the timing. And but at the end of the day, I got to trust those guys, and I do, and they made plays for me, and I just got to be consistently better as well. There was times I just got to sit in there and deliver the ball and make some better throws. You know, I missed a couple tonight, and big one on third down near midfield, kind of I think that was fourth quarter at some point. And yeah, so I got to be better for them, and just be the guy that I need to be for this team.
Do you worry that the way you guys feel with these close games and the way everybody, you know, has dealt with it, that it starts to become maybe kind of who you guys are, or guys maybe start to accept it, and it just doesn't, you know, there's no anger, there's no frustration, it just...
I don't think so. I mean, we're all... No, I don't think that's the case. I mean, we're playing some good teams, and we're putting ourselves in bad positions, and we're still fighting and having a chance at the very end, and we're that close. So I think if guys were accepting that, or I'm not saying that you're saying quitting, but guys were just accepting that, I don't think you'd see that.
The way it feels after games, it feels like that every week.
I don't feel that either. I mean, guys are extremely disappointed. I think it's just been the same thing so many times this season that it's frustrating, because you feel like, you know, honestly, I mean, you feel like you're going to break through it. You've had this adversity, and this is the week. We're going to break through it, and we thought this was the week, and didn't get it done, didn't finish. So it is frustrating, but we know it's going to turn. We just have to keep working. That's all you can do. All you can do. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Get home safe.
Play there with the interception at the end of the game, you know, he has to step in front of it and take the shot for everyone else. Despite how it's a team effort, you know, everyone's going to always look at the quarterback. And, you know, when you're a newly, you know, you get brand new money, and, you know, you're a franchise guy all of a sudden, and, you know, the expectations are extremely high. So, you know, it's tough to dissect the words, because it's the same stuff every week, and it becomes, you know, redundant and repetitive, and you're like, okay, what is there anything different he's going to say this week? And it's been the same stuff, you know. And at some point in time, as a fan of the game, as a former player, you go, all right, what are you going to do? How much of a leader are you going to be? And I wish I was a fly on the wall in those meeting rooms, in the locker room, and all that stuff, so I can kind of get a better perspective on how he's handled things as a leader. But, again, I love Trevor as a person. I would love to go to war with him on a football field because I think he's an extreme competitor. He fights for the guys. He fights for the team. But at some point in time, you have to the results have to be there. So for me, man, as a former player, it's tough. I don't want to beat him up. I know he's grinding. I know they're battling. But I want to see him win. I know they want to see him win. So I don't know, JP. You got me kind of stumped on this one. I'm just trying to give my best thought without being, biased.
No, it's tough. It's a tough time right now, Brian, when you lose 5 games by 5 points or less. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. I heard you guys. I jumped in the car at the end of the game to come down here and heard you talking about that play at the end. And Doug has said more than once this year they dial up plays for Brian Thomas Jr. He's been asked over and over and over, why aren't you throwing at him? And he goes, the ball goes where the ball goes. And what he's saying is that depending on how the defense plays and how the quarterback reads the defense, the ball goes where the ball goes. And all I could think of is, why are you throwing the ball at your third team running back and not just throwing it away? I mean, at some point, with 142 left to play, have the situational awareness. You hear guys talk all the time, JP, about being a smart football team. Mm-hmm. You can't be a smart football team if your quarterback isn't playing smart football, and that was a bad decision.
And, Brian, it's not just the result of that play. It's the decision to even throw the ball there. 142 left. Make them burn a timeout.
No reason
Burn a little clock. You almost got down there too quickly.
I was yelling, run the ball.
So were we.
Right? Yeah. Screen or a draw so that you force them to use some timeouts. Just, situational awareness. So it appears that the situational awareness isn't limited to the quarterback in this instance. It was limited to the play caller as well, because it just didn't seem like they were, it seemed like they were hurried and their hearts were racing, and they should have probably just take a breath, look at the clock.
Yeah. You know what'll cheer us up? The Jaguars Radio Network Player of the Game voting.
Oh.
That's what'll cheer us up. It's time for that right now. I get a vote. Mike gets a vote. Brian gets a vote. Fred gets a vote and a half to break any deadlocks. The voting's strange, but it's what it is. Fred, who you got for us for Player of the Game tonight?
I wanted to kind of finish Brian's conversation, to be honest with you.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I mean, because I'm right there with Brian. I'm like, are these premeditated thoughts, at this particular point in time in the game? Because Evan Ingram was open. You realize you had man coverage as the defense bumped out. As a quarterback, you got man, you're spacing the field, run the ball. As athletic as you are and as dynamic as you are in the run game, trust your gut, run the ball. If they give you man, that's what Jalen Hurts did on a big play when the Jaguars had him up back against the wall. And sometimes you have to tell yourself this as a player, this is what I'm going to do. My 79-yarder against the Dolphins, first play of the game, my rookie year, Monday night, I said I'm cutting it back because Zach Thomas is very aggressive, and it worked out. You got to take your shot, baby, and that's just how it goes. But
77
I
yards,
digress,
Fred. That
man.
was 77.
My player network, my player of the game vote goes to, this is so crazy. I'm going to give it to Trayvon Walker. I thought it was a beautiful scoop and score and an amazing run after the play. Gave the Jaguars a fighting chance, put him back in the game. Big fella rumbling like that. That's my players network vote of the game. I'm all over the place.
That's okay. Your vote is in. Brian, what you got?
I think it has to be defense. Those guys played their stones off. I mean, they weren't perfect, but, man, they gave you everything they had a week after they gave up the big play that gave up the win to the Packers. I'll go with Trayvon as well, although I could have gone Josh Allen. He showed up with a couple of plays early that, kept the Jaguars in the game when the offense was nowhere to be found. But, for Trayvon to fight his way with the ball in his hands and be unwilling to go down, he also provided a good bit of pressure and made a couple of tackles off the edge. People would look and see that he didn't have a lot of sacks and go, well, he didn't have a good game. Trayvon Walker had a really good game tonight. So I'll go with Trayvon Walker as well.
All right. That's 2.5 votes, so he has won it. So any other honorable mentions?
And I think Josh Hines-Allen's the only other guy to consider, honestly.
Yeah.
I think those two are the ones, but the way I'd look at it, I would vote for Trayvon as well because, okay, you take a sack, I'll take a turnover over the sack. You get another sack, I'll take a touchdown over that, right? And Trayvon had 6 solos, had an assist. He had 2 tackles for loss in this game as well, which is not a sack, but it's still a negative yardage play for the Eagles. So I thought, easy call.
Let's make it a clean sweep then. Trayvon Walker with 7 tackles in the game, had the fumble recovery, returned for a touchdown that got the Jaguars within 1 score after the 2-point play. It was 22-16 at that point. So Trayvon Walker gets the nod tonight. If you're looking for the MVP of the truck game, look no further than Ford F-150, loaded with impressive capability and designed to dominate work, play, and everything in between. This truck makes tough look easy. Your local Ford dealer, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Baptist Health injury report when we return. It's a Jaguars loss in Philly tonight, 28-23, and it's Jaguars postgame on Jaguars Radio.
Maximize your energy savings with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system from Florida Home Air Conditioning, and you could save up to $4,500 through possible tax credits and other discounts. Purchase a new system today, and Florida Home Air Conditioning will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system. Request your complimentary consultation from Florida Home Air Conditioning, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit FloridaHomeAC.com for details, terms, and conditions.
License number CMC 1250399, CFC 1430664, EC 130-08557.
Brooks Rehabilitation is proud to be the official rehabilitation partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We are here for them, and we are here for you. Ranked #1 physical rehabilitation hospital in Florida by U.S. News and World Report, our playbook is individualized treatment and exceptional care to get you back to living your life. Brooks has cutting-edge technology and therapy solutions in every care setting, treating sports injury, orthopedics, brain, spinal injuries, and more. Go beyond your expectations with Brooks Rehabilitation.
Jags fans, are you ready to upgrade your living space? Enter for a chance to win the ultimate furniture giveaway. You could enhance your home with a new sectional, queen mattress, or queen bedroom set, courtesy of Furniture Source. One lucky fan will receive new furniture after every Jaguars home game this season. Don't miss out. Enter today by visiting Jaguars.com/sweepstakes. Jaguars.com/sweepstakes. Selections will vary by game.
It's not about how you start the job. It's about finishing what you start. The Ford F-150 truck can help. Get the freedom to choose between available gas, PowerBoost Hybrid, or all-electric powertrains, all delivering the power, capability, and efficiency needed to get the job done right. Just another reason why Ford F-Series is the best-selling truck in America 47 straight years. Ford F-150, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbecue.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida, CSI Companies partners with leading healthcare and technology organizations nationwide to deliver workforce solutions. CSI prides itself on building meaningful relationships and provides personalized operations to fuel the success of businesses, both big and small. Whether it's finding the right talent for a job or seamlessly managing a project from start to finish, CSI has 3 decades of experience in getting the job done. This is your workforce solutions reimagined. Visit CSICompanies.com. Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Fred Taylor, Brian Sexton at the Hyundai Studios. After Jaguars lost to the Eagles 28-23, the final. The injury report presented by Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. And the most notable one tonight, Cooper Hodges in the third quarter, right leg injury and an air cast, carted off the field. reports after the game of him being taken to local hospital for evaluation, and hope the best certainly for Cooper, who missed all of last season with a knee injury. And this one was bad. The entire team came out, all of that. That's in his first career start, and was playing well, holding his own for a lot of this game, that goal line situation.
He had a great block on Jordan Davis, who was not easy to move.
Yeah.
When they put that air cast on, you kind of know what it is. And
it's not good.
No.
That's for sure. Mitch Morris was evaluated for concussion in the second quarter, but cleared and came back in the game. Anton Harrison had a scare in the third quarter with his left knee. Near the goal line, was engaged and then kind of got clipped on that left leg by somebody else, it looked like, and went down, but came back in the game, which is a good sign.
He's been battling that all year.
All right, so there you go. Maybe scared him more than anything. We'll see moving ahead what his situation is. And Trevor Lawrence was bleeding like a stuck pig there in the fourth quarter on his right hand, and they kind of were bandaging that up. So all in all, I mean, this is a banged-up team coming in. And they've added a couple to the list today, unfortunately. And it's where they are right now, Fred. It's the NFL. Injuries happen. It's just how the next man up plays behind them.
Yeah, that's how it goes, JP. No, there's no pity parties out here in this league, man. You got to bring your big boy pants and make those adjustments you got to make, and you know, go for it. Right now, it's 7 teams in the NFL that are 2-7. They're all in a race for the first pick of the 2025 NFL's draft, and that's what it's going to come down to. So if you don't want to get the first pick, you got to figure it out. Nobody cares what you're going through. Either you're going to get the first pick or you're not. So Jacksonville is in the hunt, and hopefully they can figure out a way to avoid getting the first pick again for the third time in, 6-7 years?
It'd be 5 years at that
5
point.
years?
2020 and 2021, right? No, 21 and 22.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
4 years.
They went from never having had it to twice in 2 years.
That is insane.
That would be bad. Let's not go down that path too deep tonight. We're back in a moment. We'll take a look at next week. The Minnesota Vikings come to town next week with Cam Robinson playing left tackle for them. It's Jaguars postgame on the Jaguars Radio Network.
Ranked as the nation's best public university by the Wall Street Journal, the University of Florida is on a mission to transform education. UF continues to help grow the economy through research breakthroughs and leadership in AI. And with its nationally recognized career services, UF students and graduates have never been better prepared to make a difference in the world. To learn more about how the University of Florida fuels bold ideas that make an impact around the globe, visit fromflorida.ufl.edu.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents in 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Something happens when you begin to believe. What seems way off in the distance gets closer.
You focus on what needs to get done, and you'll let nothing get in your way.
Next year becomes this year, and maybe next time becomes now.
A whole city will rally behind you and begin to believe too.
Because when you believe, the unbelievable can happen. We believe in justice for everyone, and we believe we're the attorneys to help people get it. Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars. Jacksonville.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 3.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Offer valid through November 4th, 2024. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $29.52 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Jaguars postgame presented by Florida Home AC. Call Florida Home AC today. Official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Eagles 28, Jaguars 23. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton, Fred Taylor. And the Jaguars Radio Network is presented by UF Health. University of Florida Health is the proud healthcare partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, the Minnesota Vikings come to town next week. They are currently playing the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday Night Football. This game should have been in that slot. It was in that slot. It was flexed out to the 4:05 window. The Colts-Vikings game is sent up to Sunday Night Football, and Vikings 5-2. Sam Darnold is playing out of his mind this year. They've got an incredible receiver. They've got things going on defense, Fred, and they've got Cam Robinson now, too, who, will be motivated. That's one other storyline in this game coming up. But another NFC North team in a very, very difficult division coming to town next week.
Oh, yeah, they got Justin Jettis. You can't forget about him. And as you mentioned, Sam Darnold playing, above – he's playing way above the stratosphere, man. None of us thought we would see him playing this well. But he's found a niche. He's found a system, and they're in contention. But they have a very solid defense. They know how to get it done. They've lost 2 in a row. They're looking to get back on track tonight. If we were, any football fans that we think we are, we'll be rooting for them tonight to beat the Colts and then root against them next week when they come to Jacksonville. So I'm excited to watch this game when we're done here, and hopefully they do beat up on the Colts, and hopefully they can show some stuff that the Jaguars will be able to take away from this game and figure out what they need to do next week to beat the Vikings when they come to Jacksonville. So we'll see how it goes.
We certainly will. Mike, so close, but so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tale of the entire season, basically, for the Jags, except for a couple of losses where they weren't close in it. It's the stat that they put up on the screen today at the time, the Jags 4 5-point losses or losses by 5 points or less, now up to 5. No team's got more than 3 outside of Jacksonville. So, you can look at that any way you like. Are they in it? Are they competitive? If they change a few plays here and there, sure. But you can also say they're, Brian, not finding ways to win games that they're in, and now, these kind of losses are piling up.
I wrote in my notebook as they were going down after Austin Trammell. Austin? Yes.
Yeah.
I keep calling him Allen from the Detroit Tigers. Right, yeah. Figure I would have a baseball reference. But I wrote, is this the game that saves their season? In other words, gives them a launching point to maybe reel off another win next week, see what they can do. It wasn't to be. It might have been that moment. We talked about a team that's been fragile and unable to get over the top. If you'd won in Philly after being down 22-0, I think we'd be able to say this is a mentally tough team, a resilient team, a team that's ready to do some things and win some games. And now we're still asking questions.
Well, there are a lot of questions that will be asked as this week moves along. The Vikings and the Jaguars coming up next Sunday, 1 o'clock at Everbank Stadium. Fred, we'll see you this week, and hope you have a good one, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, fellas. I'll see y'all in a few days.
Fred Taylor, proud of the Jaguars running back, with us as always. For those on our flagship station, 1010XL in Jacksonville, stick around. The Scoreboard Show is next. We'll take your calls after a Jaguars loss to the Eagles, 28-23. Eagles now 6-2. The Jaguars with a record of 2-7, 5 different losses this year of 5 points or less for the Jaguars. Coming up next week, Vikings-Jaguars. This is it for the Jaguars Radio Network.
Welcome to the Jaguars Scoreboard Show. This is your chance, Jaguars fans, to sound off about today's game. The Jaguars Scoreboard Show is brought to you by University of Florida Health, Farah and Farah, Baptist Health, and by Everbank. Now, waiting to hear from you, here are Mike Dempsey, Bucky Brooks, and J.P. Shadrick.
And welcome in. It's the Scoreboard Show. J.P. Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton in with us after a Jaguars loss in Philly. 28-23, the final score. 355 NFL won the number, 355-6351. So much to dissect in this game. the early deficit, the 3 giveaways, the furious rally somehow to get back into it, the Saquon Barkley highlight show. I mean, there's all these things that happen in this game, but it turns out in yet another loss for the Jags.
You know, you mentioned the giveaways. Did we see much of Travis Etienne after that
He
ball bounced
didn't
off
play
of him?
much, I don't
I mean, he only had
think.
3 carries in the game.
I would have kept giving it to Tank. Just keep giving it to Tank.
I mean, we saw Dearness Johnson in there for obviously a very crucial snap.
Yep.
So you wonder.
Tank.
Deadlines.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just wondering, though, if that, the trade deadline is coming up. You know, he's been rumored to be potentially available. Maybe this was just show him he's healthy, run him out there. I don't know. I don't know. Or it could just be that they're tired of dumb mistakes that, I should have caught that pass, and it was just more of like, that's it. I've seen enough, and we're going to go with some other guys.
Maybe that's it, Brian.
Hey, listen, in my mind, that's it. I don't need to see anymore. Just keep giving the ball to Tank.
It's been working the last month.
Yep. Just get him into a rhythm. Give him the ball. Let him run some of these draws. And if you need a wide receiver, I would have said throw it at Travis, but not after that play.
Yeah, not good.
Guys make mistakes, but unfortunately, he's had a couple of big ones this year.
Yeah, unfortunately. 355 NFL1, the number 355-6351. The defense held their own a lot of the day today, but in key moments, boy, the third down and longs in the red zone. I mean, just get them to a field goal, but 2 touchdowns. The run from Saquon untouched on basically a give-up play where they're like, hey, we're just going to run up the middle and kick a field goal. Nope, he runs in for a touchdown. And then Devontae Smith with a toe-tapping, one-handed catch in the back of the end zone. You got to tip your hat at some point to a play like that.
Yeah, that one was I had to watch it over and over and over. The one thing I'll say in defense of the defense.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Man, they were on the field. 22 minutes?
In the first half.
In the first half. And with 7:49 left to play in the game, they had been on the field almost 35 minutes. I mean, they just wore down. They just didn't have enough left. And when Barkley gets into that rhythm, there's just no stopping. And there were 2 or 3 runs he had. There was a stretch where he had a 10-yard run, a 9-yard run, and then a 16-yard run. And in each one of those, he was just so incredibly patient and just needed that much room and slid back to the inside or bounced it outside and found room up the middle. I give him credit, though. Last week they gave up. I mean, Trevor goes down the field and ties the game, and then they give up the game-winning field goal. And I wasn't sure what to make of this defense, but Josh came through with a couple sacks. They had a great punt, pinned him deep. They put them in a position to stay close until late in the first half.
And then again, if they, let's say instead of the interception, they get the touchdown there, Jags take the lead, they would have had to defend for a minute and a half still at that point in time, and they had been on the field, like you said, a lot. We said at halftime, if it weren't for the Saquon Barkley touchdown on 3rd and 17 or 18, the defense was outstanding in the first half. Gave them a lot of opportunities. As Doug said, we got to stop. You got to stop on the opening drive of the game. Give your team a chance, and you get a special teams miscue.
And give them credit. Here they're going down the field in the fourth quarter, and it looks like, oh boy, they're going to get a touchdown here, and the game's going to be out of reach. And the Jaguars came up with a couple plays. Devon Hamilton had a big play on 3rd down and 2 or 3, and hit Saquon in the backfield for no gain. Forces a 57-yard field goal that clips the lower right part of the upright, and the Jaguars have the ball 55 yards from pay dirt. So, I mean, even as tired as they were, and they had given up the 91-yard drive, man, they came back and got a stop and gave the offense a chance. So, were they perfect? No. Did they do enough to win today? Boy, it's awful close.
That's the thing, though. It feels like you just can't get it all together at the same time, right? 1 week, the defense letting you down in key situations. Sometimes it's a mix, and I mean, it really is a mix. But there are games where you feel like, wow, the offense did their part. There are games like the defense did their part, and they just have not.
I think they call that complementary football.
And when they both do their part.
Yeah, we haven't seen that this year, JP.
We haven't seen many special teams mistakes at all this year.
No.
That one by Austin Trammell just
first touch of the season for him.
Punch.
Oh, man. Guy's been in the league a couple of years. Not his first rodeo, but still, that's unfortunate.
Listen,
got smoked.
It's easy to sit here and second guess, but I mean that's a really critical position to put a guy who's just come off the practice squad in. I understand that Parker Washington's going to be a bigger part of your of your plan tonight. But don't you think maybe you keep him out there and secure the ball?
I would have thought we talked about that at least for the very first one, right? Because Parker's he hasn't been running.
Right.
Just catch it.
Yep.
And all right, so you
secure it.
run back a punt return for 10 yards. Is that going to take you out of the first quarter? I don't think so. Like, I get it if you've been running a lot of pass routes at that point in time, but that hadn't been the case.
But when I saw Trammell out there, I thought, ooh, this could get dicey. And sure enough, it did.
Let's take a timeout. Phone lines are open, 355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351. Your calls when we come back. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars in Miami and Houston. Watch them win in Philly, Detroit, Nashville, and Las Vegas. All the other Jaguars games are just one short connection away. And if airport parking has you stressed, be sure to visit the Jax Airport website before traveling to the terminal. On it, you'll find information about the status of on-airport parking in real time. See if your favorite areas are available or if you need to call an audible. Visit flyjax.com for more information.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
It's game time, Jaguars fans, and Publix knows that football is all about pairings. A high-scoring offense paired with a stingy defense. A rocket-armed QB paired with a dynamic wide receiver. And at Publix, you can pair hot deli chicken tenders with savory dips, delicious sub-platters with ice-cold beverages, and you can pair these tailgate essentials with an entire parking lot full of Jaguars fans chanting, Duval! Gear up for your tailgate at Publix, the official supermarket of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Jaguars bring performance, strength, and passion to every play. And you'll find the same when you bank with EverBank. Open an EverBank Performance Savings account and score serious savings. See what you could earn at everbank.com/Jaguars. EverBank, advantage you. Member FDIC and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Scoreboard Show continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton from the Hyundai Studios. 355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351 after a Jaguars loss in Philly, 28-23. What you got, Mike?
Well, some say the Scoreboard Show continues. Some say it doesn't start until we hear from Saqib. And Saqib is checking in from Keystone, batting leadoff tonight. Saqib, you're on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead, bud.
Guys, there's no more words to describe being a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, okay? This is the most painful thing a Jaguar fan could. We are the laughing stock of NFL. Every team knows that we're gonna do something to lose the game, and I don't understand what Shad Khan and Tony Khan are doing. Until they fire all these guys, I'm gonna keep calling you guys and begging and pleading. I want everybody gone. Please, because they are worthless. Why are the Colts 4-4? They don't even have a quarterback, and we can't get one win. I'm tired. I'm pissed. And Shad, please do something because this is not working out. We're going to keep losing the next couple of games, and I am tired. I am tired of watching this team get blown out, beaten. I don't care how close it is. This is bad, and this needs to stop. And this is all on Shad and Tony. This needs to stop and needs to stop this year. Have a good one.
All right, he's out of here.
Brian?
Okay.
Well, my first reaction is, listen, firing everyone in November changes nothing. It doesn't. I mean, it's all of a sudden they're not going to start winning close games because you start throwing people overboard. If this continues, you're going to get what you want. They're going to have to make changes. But you just can't tell them as they get off the bus. I mean, you can, but that doesn't do any good.
Right. Coaches sometimes get fired.
Yeah, occasionally.
Well, okay, so the head coach, are you going to fire both coordinators? Are you going to fire – I mean, the GM – firing the GM in season does nothing.
No.
It's not like, I mean, by the way, the trade he made last week, somebody probably would have made that deal anyway.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I get the frustration. I do too. Because fans have had it.
This is what the NFL does. It sucks you in. Because Sakib, on a couple of the shows that I've joined you guys, has been at the end of the rope, and he's back. That's the passion of the NFL. It is a knife. It is a dagger some nights, unfortunately, for Jaguars fans. It's been a dagger 7 times this year.
Here's the other perspective from head coach Doug Peterson. We heard his conversation with Bucky Brooks earlier, and he asked him, I thought, a really good question. Hey, you've been around some legendary coaches in your time, played for Don Shula. You've, worked under Andy Reid and Holmgren, guys who've won champion. How did they handle this kind of adversity? And you know what? You go back and you keep working, and you go back at it. And, yeah, we're close, and we're not close enough. But we've got to keep the process going, and that's going to be frustrating to hear for a lot of fans from the outside. But that's what you have to do. Keep teaching it. Keep showing it. And at some point, the professional football players have to go execute what you keep showing them. And maybe you have to coach a little better in certain situations. Yeah. That goes both ways. But the process goes on and on and on. It's an 18-week season. That's what it is.
I think Brian's point is the best one, though. If this keeps up, you're probably going to get your wish.
Yeah,
at least to some degree.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what happens. I'm just saying. I mean, you're 2-7, and by the way, I mean, if Sakib or anyone who's listening doesn't think that the owner is mad, yeah. The owner doesn't sit and just go, well, we didn't win that one today. Maybe we'll win next week. I mean, the owner is very intent on getting this thing turned around as well, Sakib. So don't think you're the only one who's steaming.
All right, 355 NFL 1. We go back to the lines. Shelton in Orange Park is up next. Shelton, you're on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. How we doing? I don't understand what's going on with the offense, how they can be so cold in the first half and then kind of heat up a little bit to score points in the second half. There's clearly something going on with the I don't know if it's play calling or tempo or whatever it is, but I'd love to get your thoughts on how offense can get out their own way and have 32 yards in the first half and then kind of put together a couple of drives in the second half.
I don't disagree with you. I brought it up with Fred Taylor. I mean, do you throw the script out the window? Like that, it seems like the part that you're scripting, the part that should be executed the best because you're working on that, you know exactly what's coming, is where they struggle the most.
Yeah.
They can't. 1 first down in the entire first half. They
had 1 first down. They had 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we saw last week it was your first 4 drives, you got off 11 plays because you went 3 and out 3 times and you turned it over on the second play the other. So I'm not disagreeing one bit.
1 of 5 on third down. They had 31 total yards. I think they had 18 offensive plays. The numbers were atrocious. The one thing I heard the guys on the broadcast, the television broadcast, talk about the no huddle when they were going up tempo, no huddle. And boy, Trevor looks good in this. He's not overthinking it. He's just getting to the line of scrimmage, making a quick read. I thought, okay, go with that.
Right.
Let's try that.
Right.
Let's see if it works. nobody's probably a blanket statement. Very few people want to run no huddle for an entire game.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it wears you out.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you don't get the first down, all of a sudden 3 and out faster than you doing before.
Without a doubt. But maybe you start that way.
Because early in the game, your defense is not exhausted,
Yeah.
right? And okay, so we go a little bit quicker on our 3
Right.
and out this time. They're dealing with it on a weekly basis anyway.
At this point, what would it hurt? I mean, the last 3 games, they have fallen into a 10-0 hole. And they have averaged in the first half 19 plays and 37 yards, something like that. I mean, it's been really bad the last 3 games.
Plenty ahead. More of your calls. 355-NFL-1, the number 355-6351 after a Jaguars loss to the Eagles 28-23. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Field is on JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jacksonville. Passes start at $10 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit JTAFLA.com for full details. The JTA Game Day Express, where you're winning before the game even starts. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Football is back. Celebrate with a gay Duval meal deal. Score 2 roller grill favorites and a 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.50. That means you can choose any 2 to pair with your Coke. 2 hot dogs, 2 tornadoes, 2 roller bites, or mix and match. Whether you're stopping for a quick snack or tailgating with friends, this is a victory for every Jags fan. Deal happening now through January 2nd, 2025. Stop by to purchase in store.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at Everbank Stadium because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit Barbecue. We are the local barbecue joint in BBQval for generations of people in Jacksonville. Go to bonosbarbq.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida, CSI Companies partners with leading healthcare and technology organizations nationwide to deliver workforce solutions. CSI prides itself on building meaningful relationships and provides personalized operations to fuel the success of businesses, both big and small. Whether it's finding the right talent for a job or seamlessly managing a project from start to finish, CSI has 3 decades of experience in getting the job done. This is your workforce solutions reimagined. Visit CSICompanies.com.
Jaguars fans, huddle up for the best defense against expensive car repairs, CarShield. Score big with the nation's #1 automotive protection company, CarShield. They offer affordable plans covering repairs on up to 5,000 parts and systems in your car, truck, or SUV. Don't miss any Jaguars action this season with a car breakdown. Call 800-471-1223. Coverage varies by plans. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
We're back. Scoreboard Show continues. Phone lines open. What you got, Mike? Hit it.
Well, 355-NFL-1, the numbers, and we go to Pierre in California next on the Scoreboard Show. Hello, Pierre.
How we doing?
Hey, man, what's up?
Oh, man, still great, man. You know, it starts and ends with the offense. Didn't have any points coming out. And, we had that turnover. The defense, shout out to them because they battled, but you can only hold up for so long. JP, Mike, and Brian.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you know what? I'm going to still rock this Jacksonville stuff. I'm all the way out in Cali. Duval, and I'm out, baby.
Okay. Still with it. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey. Not everybody's
God
jumping
bless
off
you.
the boat. That's good.
God bless you. Let's go to Steve out at the town center. Steve, you're on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. What's going on? So I want to just piggyback off of what Saqib said. This is completely 100,000% on Shad Khan. Shad is the owner of the football team. It's his football team. It's his money. But since he's bought the team, we are whopping up 43 and 126 since he has purchased the team from the great Twain Weaver and Dolores Weaver. I really wish back in the day that there could have been another suitor to buy the team, but that's here nor there. He is the owner, but I will tell you this, and he's not going to do anything right now, as you guys have already said, but I think he's a very weak owner. I think he's a very smart businessman. Like, I don't think he would allow people that run Flexingate to act the way that he allows our franchise to run. I think they would be terminated immediately. I think that anybody in a normal setting job is never, ever going to be given slack the way that this regime has been given slack. And I know people are patient, like owners are patient, but like, how about the fans? How about the city? Like, he doesn't really care about us. We don't really hear from him a lot. We hear from him like once in a blue moon. But when do we really hear from him? We don't hear from him. He should come out right now. He's not firing anybody, but at least he could say it. But he won't say it because it's Shad Khan. It's his money. He can do what he wants. But I'm telling you right now, 43 and 126, that doesn't sit well with me, man. It doesn't sit well with the city. It doesn't sit well with anybody that is affiliated with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's absolutely, utterly embarrassing. It has taken everything for me not to curse on the air because we cannot do that. But I'm telling you right now, that Saqib is dead spot on, and I wish every fan in the city of Jacksonville was as angry as me and Saqib, because right now this franchise is a dumpster fire. But guess what? It won't be a dumpster fire until January, because our owner has no guts to do anything at all. I understand it's midseason, but do something. He won't do anything. But you know what is straight? Flexingate is good. Everybody that's an executive of Flexingate, they're all good. But everybody that works for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the city of Jacksonville and the season ticket holders, that's me, $2,600 a year for 21 years of nothing except for maybe a few good years when Jimmy Smith was there. But right now, our owner currently doesn't give two bleeps about anything that's going on with our franchise, and I'll take it off the air. I love you guys.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate that. We've discussed this topic before on this program, and Shad Khan's the reason this team is in Jacksonville right now.
Let me just address it real quick. There were other suitors, Steve, and they would not have kept the franchise in Jacksonville. I'm telling you what I know. They would not have. So you might not like the results. I don't like the results. I mean, I know lots of Jaguars fans who are angry. Trust me, they stop me in Publix. They grab me after a Rotary Club. I mean, I hear it all the time. You are far from alone in this. And I'll say it again, I hear all the time how unhappy the owner is, leaving the stadium after another loss. That might not assuage you, and I certainly understand that. But you don't like the results on the field, but there is a stadium that's being built. There is a future for the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And I can tell you firsthand, it's because Shad Khan owns this franchise.
And, I mean, he hasn't lacked for allowing money to be spent on the football side of things. Yet you can argue that some of the decisions may not be the right ones at the end of the day, but hey, you got to trust the football leadership that's in place to go do that, and he has to give the green light to be able to spend that kind of money on some of these contracts. And he's, he's done that from really start to finish, Mike. He hasn't hesitated.
He's spent probably more money in free agency than any owner in that same period of time that he has bought the team. I know that was the case up until a few years ago, and it's not like he's slowed down much in that category. Look, I don't think this is a subject that you're going to change a lot of people's minds on, though, at this moment in time. And I agree with you guys. Look, if you didn't care about the fan base in Jacksonville, they would be the St. Louis Jaguars or the London Jaguars or you name the city that would love to have an NFL team, Jaguars. So, or some other nickname that they might change, to rip the whole thing out. So I'm with you, Bri. When you say I wish anybody but Shad Khan had bought him, then you wouldn't be rooting for the Jacksonville Jaguars today.
And I totally, Steve, understand your anger, your frustration. I'm not trying to diminish that in any way, shape, or form, but you can't pull the ripcord just to pull the ripcord, even though it may feel good tonight. it would not feel good tomorrow morning when you're like, okay, what do we do now?
Now what? Yeah.
Right. What do we do now?
Week 10.
Right. If I'm the owner, I'd rather pick up the phone and call, hey, coach, need to talk. What are we going to do this week? Right? I would rather have somebody that I can hold to account than, hey, I got mad last night and fired everybody. Who can coach this team this week?
But to the point of Steve calling us here, does he do that? Does Shad Khan call up Doug Peterson and say, what the heck's going on?
Guessing so.
Oh, yeah, no. I know he picks up the phone and is in touch with this building on a regular basis. He is he wants to win too. I
totally believe that. You don't get to be that successful in life without wanting to win at everything you do.
Yep.
And by the way, those guys at Flex and Gate probably don't have multi-million-dollar, multiple-year guaranteed contracts either.
No.
And look.
And by the way, people in the front office over here don't either. I'm not talking about the business side of things.
Understood.
Right.
I'm talking about though coaches. You just signed all your defensive coaches to 3-year deals, right? And I mean, it's easy for us to say, hey, just rip that right up. I mean, and can he afford to do it? Probably. Yeah. Does he at a certain point say, I've been giving you money, I've been giving you who you want, you've got to give me some results at some point.
Well, he did say that before the season.
Right. Well, and I think that's probably part of what people are frustrated about as well, is that, okay, you're not getting what you promised or what you expected, so where is the reaction? But you can look around the National Football League. Jags aren't the only 2-win team out there. One of them is one that we beat, and they lost today in overtime to the previously 1-win Tennessee Titans. I don't think you're going to see, New England flip it. And I get it. Circumstances are different. Doug Peterson's been here for a few years, and the overall record has not been good.
I wonder if Steve would like the owner to do what Jerry Jones does. Probably would. Get on the radio and do a show once a week. That's not happening.
Post-game interview scrums after the game and our radio hit. And
I'm not sure you want that either.
Boy. Let's come back. More of your calls. We got a little time left. 355 NFL 1. It's the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Imagine beautiful new windows and doors that elevate your space and keep you comfortable year-round. At Renewal by Andersen, we specialize in custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors that are crafted to last. Right now, for a limited time, save 20% off your entire project. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation today. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Football is back. Celebrate with a gay Duval meal deal. Score 2 roller grill favorites and a 20-ounce Coca-Cola soft drink for just $4.50. That means you can choose any 2 to pair with your Coke. 2 hot dogs, 2 tornadoes, 2 roller bites, or mix and match. Whether you're stopping for a quick snack or tailgating with friends, this is a victory for every Jags fan. Deal happening now through January 2nd, 2025. Stop by to purchase in store.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Touchdown at Jaguars away games when you fly nonstop from Jacksonville International Airport. Join the Jaguars in Miami and Houston. Watch them win in Philly, Detroit, Nashville, and Las Vegas. All the other Jaguars games are just one short connection away. And if airport parking has you stressed, be sure to visit the Jax Airport website before traveling to the terminal. On it, you'll find information about the status of on-airport parking in real time. See if your favorite areas are available or if you need to call an audible. Visit flyjax.com for more information.
Hey, Jaguars fans, are you tired of being late to the game because you're stuck in traffic looking for a parking space? Well, join the thousands of other Jags fans who already know the smartest way to get to Everbank Field is on JTA's Game Day Express. Shuttles run from 5 locations around Jacksonville. Passes start at $10 and are available exclusively on the MyJTA mobile app. Visit JTAFLA.com for full details. The JTA Game Day Express, where you're winning before the game even starts. Your Game Day Express is sponsored by the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens.
It's not about how you start the job. It's about finishing what you start. The Ford F-150 truck can help. Get the freedom to choose between available gas, PowerBoost Hybrid, or all-electric powertrains, all delivering the power, capability, and efficiency needed to get the job done right. Just another reason why Ford F-Series is the best-selling truck in America 47 straight years. Ford F-150, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Scoreboard Show continues. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton, and your calls after a Jaguars loss. 28-23. Keep it clean.
All right, yes, please do that. Let's go out to Arlington. Micah is up next. Micah, you're on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead, please.
I swear I will keep it clean, brothers. Guys, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I had this whole diatribe planned out, and I've been on hold for quite a while. So at this point, oh, my God, man. I didn't want to watch the game, and then I peeked in. Oh, yeah, we're losing for sure. But then I heard the radio, and Frank was getting excited. And, okay, we scored. Let me watch this. Oh, my God, we scored again. And I know we're hurt. I know, we have injuries. But, the slow start, I don't get it. When I started watching the game, every time they showed Doug, he was just standing there. But then after halftime, when the offense was starting to light up, he had the play sheet in his hand and he was walking around animated on the sidelines. I don't know who's calling the plays still yet. I've not figured that out. But Press Taylor's got to go if he's the one doing it, because our offense can clearly be capable with backups and complete practice squad players. Oh my God, we almost made a comeback in Philly, but the slow start is killing us every single game, guys. I don't know what else to say, and at the same time, I think Balky has to go. Zakib's right. The top to bottom has to go, even though I love Doug Peterson as the coach.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. It's a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, look, I just think we're venting at this point.
Yeah, well,
much.
2-7, you do that.
Sure.
I think it's important to point out the Jaguars had not had back-to-back winning seasons since 2004, 2005, right? They had exactly one winning season after 2007. One. And Doug gave you those. I get it. Things have gone off the rails. People want explanations. I would like explanations so that I can share them with people that I run into. Vent. That's what this is for.
Yep. Back to the lines we go at 355 NFL 1. Mike in Riverside, you're up next. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey guys, thanks for your show. I'm going to be a little more positive maybe than I should be.
It'll make you feel better tomorrow.
I know. No, that's fine. I'm 61, retired, invested in the Jaguars. We started slow, of course. It didn't look great. Half the people probably turned their TVs off by halftime, right? But we had a chance at the end of the game to be right there. I'm going to hit on one point, and then I'll let you go. You guys were talking about, standard offense versus no-huddle offense. I just think we need to be more of a hurry-up offense, because I think when he overthinks stuff, because he's such he's a knowledgeable football player, I think he overanalyzed to paralyze. And I think if we just do an up-tempo, he seems to be it's a natural thing for him, because he's always been just a natural player. Look at him run. Look at him throw. He throws a perfect spiral. And I that's just my opinion. I'm going to look at the positives. We were there. We could have won the game. It just is the way the ball bounces, right? So don't give up, Jacksonville, okay?
Appreciate the call, man. And that's kind of where they are right now. It is interesting, though, how different it is when the stakes are against them. They're down. They have to do it, and all of a sudden they get down the field. But why is it so different in that case? I don't know.
you have nothing to lose. Maybe you take more chance.
Something.
I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but look, I'll play a little devil's advocate on that call. Okay. Eagles went for 3 2-pointers that they didn't get. Right, passed up a makeable field goal and didn't get the 4th down conversion. That's a lot of points.
Yeah,
they left out there on the field.
You think that the Eagles fans calling WIP tomorrow might be ripping on their coach, who's 6-2? Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
That's what they do. That's Philadelphia.
Yeah,
they love
I
that.
guess. I don't know.
It's a collision sport on WIP.
I suppose there's some of that. Like, I honestly, if I were in his position, I didn't blame him for going for 2, especially when you get it, half the distance to the goal line. You're feeling like this team's not going anywhere. They can't threaten you today. We're going to name our score. Let's bury them. Right. That was the mindset. Let's get up, 18 points and just keep rolling. But obviously, give the Jags credit. Nobody stops the tush push, and they did it twice today.
Well, you forced him to go away from it when he dropped back to throw. And give Devin Lloyd credit, right? He's got a lot this year. Devin Lloyd's back there creating pressure and making him twist and turn and throw the ball away on 4th down in less than a yard. That was 4th down and 2 footballs.
Right. That was surprising. That at that point, I wonder if they thought, hey, well, we finally got a team that's able to control us a little bit with that. Let's try something different. All right, let's get one more in on this side. Steve, downtown, you're next on the Scoreboard Show. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, man, I'm not too happy. I'm not too happy right now. I think it's time to cut some losses. Go ahead and clean house. The organization sucks. I just don't know what's going on. Maybe a guy like Adam Gase or something like that.
No.
Oh,
no.
Get out of here. He hung up. Wow.
What, Rich Kotite going to be his...
Now we're digging
Come
deep.
on.
Oh, boy.
I haven't heard the name Rich Kotite since he brought the Jets in here in 1996.
Since they went 1-15, I haven't thought of him. Come on. Adam Gase is one of the worst head coaches we've seen.
But it doesn't matter who you bring in. You're not going to do it in November.
Yeah.
So that's the part.
Yeah,
we've been over this.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap up the Scoreboard Show. It's been one of those days.
Mercifully?
I always like the show. I always like everybody's opportunity to vent. The frustrating part is the result today.
Yeah.
Not the venting.
Hey, I got to go write Jags Wired
That's
after this.
fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge to write.
But boy, it's a great television show.
Well, thank you very much.
I must
Appreciate
say.
that.
This is the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.
Daily Stash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daily Stash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Dailies is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Don't make a bad call when it comes to servicing your home. Cooling off with a baby pool in the house to fix your air conditioning problem is a bad call. Trying to catch a wave in a flooded bathroom is a bad call. Using a burning electrical panel to make s'mores is a bad call. The next time something goes wrong, make a good call to Donovan.
Whether you need air, electric, or plumbing service, Donovan is always a good call. It's why we've been trusted by our customers for almost 40 years and why you can trust us to deliver fast, reliable service to your home. Donovan, always a good call.
Visit DonovanAC.com today.
Hey fans, it's Tyson Campbell, cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, your game day is getting even tastier with Al's Pizza in the stadium. And every time we get a pick, you'll score. If the Jaguars get one interception, you'll enjoy buy one, get one free pizza at any Al's Pizza location Monday through Thursday after the home game. 2 interceptions, a free dessert. And 3 interceptions, that's a free appetizer. Just tell them you want the Jags pick. Up your game and get your Al's Pizza at the game or any of their locations.
Imagine beautiful new windows and doors that elevate your space and keep you comfortable year-round. At Renewal by Andersen, we specialize in custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors that are crafted to last. Right now, for a limited time, save 20% off your entire project. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation today. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Welcome back. Final moments of the Scoreboard Show. If you didn't get in here, fifth quarter is next. JP Shadrick, Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton. Vikings in town next week, back home. For the Jaguars trying to figure it out.
And they're doing something different. You want change? Here's change. They're wearing white helmets next week.
Oh,
hey, all right.
They do look sharp.
Yeah,
seen them. So.
Yeah, no, they do. It looks sharp. They're wearing it with the. People are going to say this week, why can't they just wear the all white look? That would look so smooth. They can't because of the rule the NFL has that when you wear your alternate helmet, you have to wear your alternate jersey. And the Jaguars' alternate jersey is their black jersey now because they made teal their primary jersey. The league at some point will probably change it. But in case you're wondering why they're wearing the white helmet with the black jersey, that's a league rule.
And I think the pants are kind of a team decision kind of thing.
I haven't heard what they're doing.
I haven't either, but I think they were still working on that last week. The teams involved, players, all that stuff of what they want to wear.
I don't think they'll wear teal pants with the black and a white helmet.
That's where we are in this season. Instead of getting excited about the Vikings, we're excited about what pants they're wearing.
Not really. It's just
what it is.
My 18-year-old who's going to college in Kansas just texted me. He said, I still can't believe that happened. And he's the only Jaguar fan at the college he's at in Kansas taking heat. So don't think you're alone. I know someone who's alone.
Thanks to Donna Murphy, Tony Smith, Linda Fortunato across the street, David Cho over here on this side of things, getting us going today. Mike Dempsey, Brian Sexton, Fred Taylor, I'm JP Shadrick. Thank you for listening. Again, the fifth quarter is coming up next. Jaguars fall in Philly. It'll be another long week. Thanks for listening to the Scoreboard Show on Jaguars Radio.